All right, guys. So what you're going to see next is a clip from our live stream on Monday where we speak about the atmosphere at Anfield, right? And we had a really good discussion between the two of us. We had people in the chat that have got experience from Anfield themselves. So just give it a listen. Let us know what you think down in the comments. Be respectful to everybody as well in the comments. I will just ask as well, like, don't be a dick. Do you know what I mean? Because you'll just get blocked. Simple as. I mean, you can obviously disagree with people and stuff like that, but just do it in a constructive way. Yeah. So anyway, give the video a look, guys. Let us know what you think down below in the comments, and we'll catch you in the next one. Well, you know, because I know you wanted me to do a video about the poll thing that came out from Liverpool, and I opened it up, mate. I ain't gonna lie, that document when I loaded it up, I was like, I am not going through all that. I can't be arsed. I could not be bothered going through all that. But the atmosphere at Anfield lately, even Carragher was calling it out this weekend. He must have mentioned it at least 5 times about how quiet Anfield was. And they were saying, like, is it down to the style of play? It's a bit more slower. It's not like it was under Jurgen, blah, 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 whatever. But I think this has been going on for years and years and years. And I'm going to say something, and I don't know if people are going to agree or disagree, but this thing of saying that it's down to too many tourists or people that come for the one game or whatever, I've got this to say. There is around 25,000 season ticket holders, am I right in saying that? Something around about that number. So there should be 25,000 people that go to every single game, which is round about maybe just a little bit under the capacity of the stadium. So them people that go to every single game, you should be the people, in my opinion, that are setting the example. You should be the one who says, right, this is Anfield. This is what we do. Get the songs going. Even if nobody else is fucking chanting and doing all this other stuff, they're all sat there quiet. Keep doing it. Keep going. Because at the end of the day, it's down to everybody why the atmosphere is shit. It's not down to one group of people. It's down to everybody. Everybody has to get behind it.
Yeah.
And if you've got a season ticket and you've got I would say, the blessing to go to Anfield every weekend, every Champions League game, whatever, then you should probably be singing your heart out a little bit.
You really need to do a timestamp on this and release this as a separate video, because one of the biggest pet peeves that I have with a lot of Liverpool YouTubers that are based in Liverpool or are classed as local Reds are those that talk about tourists, those that publish or record or take pictures of other fans. 46% of the Liverpool fan base live in Liverpool, which means the majority of the fan base lives outside of Liverpool. 443,500 fans are Irish men and women and children are Liverpool fans in Ireland. And I know of one particular person in, let's say, the Dublin 15 area who is well known by everyone in Liverpool. And he gets disrespected by a particular YouTuber who was doing Irish tours in Dublin, in Cork, in Belfast, and they show little or no respect to this man who is great friends with some of the legends that have played for Liverpool. Now, there is a narrative that is being pushed by these channels to blame the tourists. And I think if you're sitting on your fucking laurels and you have a camera phone and you're recording how someone else's reaction to a game you are part of the fucking problem. If you have time enough to do that, you're part of the problem. The last time I was in Anfield, no one looked for a passport. No one said, oh, okay, you're Irish. So I reckon you're going to be quiet today. All right? Utter bollocks. So anyone that is coming out, and guys, this is the great thing about AKM LFC. It's inclusive of everybody. It doesn't it doesn't say, well, okay, you're a local, so therefore you mean more to Liverpool than someone over in Japan. That's bullshit. It's utter bullshit. The thing is people now need to wise up to these channels that are putting out the narrative, and also are representatives of Spirit of Shankly, and are saying it's down to the tourists, because of the fact that the tourists come over and they're there and they're recording, they're on the phones, and they're not singing, they're not making the banners, and it's usually the locals that sing the songs or whatever. That's not true at all. The fields of Anfield Road is off an it's basically off an Irish song, the Fields of Athenry. So to give two fingers to the majority of the fan base, which is outside of Liverpool, is a great disservice to this club and to Bill Shankly and everything that Bill Shankly stood for. So when you use the name Shankly in Spirit of Shankly, you have an absolute uh, responsibility to adhere to what he believed in, and his morals, and to exclude anyone, and to come out and say that the atmosphere is down to the tourists. Fucking prove it.
Well, you can't, can you? I mean,
they can't.
What? Sean Black, you've become a member of the channel, mate. Thank you for that, mate. Appreciate that so much.
Thank you, Sean.
You can't prove that, mate, but it's down to everybody for me. Like,
it is down to everyone, but it's
like
not.
Scott says here. Scott says he was at the Jurgen Klopp farewell evening last season, sat near someone from one of them channels, and they didn't watch a thing. They just recorded the entire evening. Like,
there you go. There you go.
I mean, I get it. Like, you're making content for your channel, blah blah blah, whatever. I get it, but this is. I think sometimes people need to like live in the moment. You know, when we went to Anfield last year, last month, I didn't once get this out. Didn't get it out once.
I got it out. That sounds really bad, especially if anyone is hearing me outside. I got it out maybe 3 or 4 times.
Is Muscusi around?
Muscusi is around. All right, Muscusi.
I wonder why he popped up.
I
thought, sure, I'm getting it out.
It was so funny. I was on a Teams call in work, and we're bringing in a new system, and I says, I put the hand up on Teams, and I just blurted out, I can't get it up, and I actually just started laughing because I just realized what I said. So there you go. But like, none of the, like, I wonder what would happen if Scott recorded that person using their phone. God, no, and what that would have been like. So look, I'm not pontificating at all. I'm saying that there is I think modern day football, I think, and modern day fans, I think local or global or whatever, they very much go on the pace of the game and the events of the game, more so than shout their heads off for 90 minutes. And that's just the way it is. It has nothing to do with nationality or whatever. There's people that have spent a lot of fucking money to get over to Anfield, and it is the highlight of their day. So, at the highlight of their year. So, for fucking anybody to turn around and say, oh, it's the fucking tourists, It's not borderline racist. It is just pure out racist.
See,
And
this is not going to work. This right here, like, sorry, Mike Reg, we'll get to you. You're on about racism here, and I'm reading what Muscusi's putting, and I'm like laughing. And you're going, it's racist, and then I'm on screen going, oh fucking hell. What was I going to say? So yeah, Mighty Reg, yeah, sorry. He says that his brother was at the game the other week. Was his first game at Anfield, and he doesn't have a single video from the game because he's too busy singing his heart out. The tourist thing is a cop out. Yeah, I agree, mate. 100%. 100% agree with that, mate. And good to have you with us, Brandon, mate. Well, shot with that. Is that what you were doing, mate, when you was at work? Yeah.
Fake taxi.
Oh.
It's good stuff. That.
Have a mate who's one of those content creators who recorded at the game. They don't watch through their phone. The issue lies where you have the general ad tickets getting sold on for hospitality. That's what you've mentioned as well, isn't it?
That's one of the issues, Ben. That's one of the issues. But you also have, I mean, there's many issues here. I'm not just saying, and I don't know what content creator that you're speaking about, but I can, I'm only going off what is said in the chat. So I don't know who the fuck Scott was talking about there. I'm sure you'll tell me. But at the end of the day, there are content creators that will blame this solely on tourists. The other issue that you have is you've got season ticket holders selling their ticket for a day trip for their fellow Liverpool supporters, and these companies are charging an arm and a leg. Now, that should not happen. If you have a season ticket, you should not be selling it off to another club or another. You shouldn't be selling it to a company and making money off it. Shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, I agree. But again, stuff like that as well. It's just it's the way the world is now, mate. Sometimes, to be fair, of all this corporate stuff and everything like that, and it's the way it's all going to go anyway. But end of the day, I just think.
What's he saying?
Oh God! End of the day, I think you've just got to. I just think that the people that are the season ticket holders that go every week have to be the ones that set the example. If this is someone's first time going, and it might have been their dream to get there and everything like that, but some people might be like, I don't want to be the one to start a song. I don't want to be the one, because when do we do it type thing? Do you know what I mean? Like socially awkward or whatever. But if they've got everyone around them singing and everything like that, then they'll join in. Like, I don't know. I mean, you can never fault, you'll never walk alone. Like that's fine, like all the time. But it's the bits in between where you can see that the team are struggling. Like, do you remember back in maybe when Klopp, when was this been? Like maybe 2018, 19, maybe 2020, something like that, where it was always like, we want to do the second half, and we've done it for years anyway, like go into the Kop. And people used to always say the Kop would suck the ball into the net. Do you know what I mean? That seems to have gone. Do you know what I mean? So, what did Ben come back with here? Sorry. We couldn't agree more. Half the time, it's old fellas who don't sing or do anything. I had it 2 years ago at City where I got bollocked by an old fella for getting angry because we were 4-1 down. What the fuck? You got angry because we were 4-1 down, mate? Jesus. I remember when I used to go to Newcastle away a lot to Newcastle away, because my dad used to be able to get his tickets up there, and I remember being up in fucking, I don't know if you've ever been to St James's Park, but the away end is right up in the gods, like it's miles up, right?
Yeah.
And this was back when Kenny Dalglish was manager for the second time round, and I remember it was, I can't remember who scored, to be fair. Was it Raheem Sterling and Suarez, something like that? Anyway, we won the game, and there was a smoke bomb going off outside of me. This lad jumped on my back, and I nearly went over end, and my dad had to grab hold of me and pull me back. Like, it was mental, absolutely mental up there, right? But I bet it's not like that now. I bet I don't know. Maybe Ben, maybe I'm wrong, mate. Maybe where you go and sit around and stuff like that, maybe it's a lot better around there, pal. But I don't know. Like, I just remember as well back when I was a kid, I used to watch like a lot of the Champions League stuff when it was on like ITV and everything like that. And it just, I don't know, it just felt like it was louder. Like, it's all well and good getting up for "You'll Never Walk Alone" at the beginning. That's like a given. Do you know what I mean? But it's in moments when the team are struggling to get a goal, you need to be the one to be like, well, fucking come on. Like the crowd only got it up for it when West Ham scored. West Ham scored, and everyone was like, oh shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that's what woke them up. But again, is it down to the playing style as well? I have got Martin's voice note to play.
Oh God.
It's not that bad, to be fair. I've listened to half of it. I'm gonna see if I can play it and it'll come through. Do you think it will?
Yeah, I think it will. Yeah.
All right. Let me know if it sounds good or not. If it sounds rubbish, I'll stop it.
The way the sphere is today is not, obviously it's not like what it used to be when we were kids. It's more obviously, people wanting to take videos of social media. People are not that interested in football. It's all about the likes and views on, they're more interested in taking a video to promote the game instead of enjoying the moment.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, and I think that plays part of it, Martin. But the again, you can't put that as a tourist problem, and I think any channel that does that or says that, it's unfounded. It's absolutely unfounded. I mean, I see Irish fans coming in their fucking droves to Anfield, and they're bloody loud and proud, and they go, into pubs, and they're all over Liverpool, and again, loud and proud. And I've seen them at Legends gigs that I've been part of, and again, it's the exact same thing. So, and that's just the Irish contingency. But I think it's doing a massive disservice to say the problem is just a tourist problem. It's not. It absolutely isn't.
Do you think as well, and this might be going down a little bit of another rabbit hole as well, but do you think as well some of it's down to like I don't agree that there should be segregating fans into different groups. You're a Liverpool fan, end of the day.
Yeah.
I know, like my shtick that I said was basically, the season ticket holders should be the one that lead the way. And so I've always kind of been of the opinion that, yeah, we're all Liverpool fans, but I would always suggest the feeling that the people that are from Liverpool are like the soul of the club. Like they're the ones that do it. And I'd say that everybody else is like the heartbeat or the blood that pumps round. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. I don't know.
I disagree. I think no matter what way you people want to twist it and look at it and overanalyze and dissect it, Liverpool fans, regardless of where they are the heart and soul of that club, and that's it. And there's not one person on the face of this planet can tell me that I'm any less of a fan than a local, because I'm just not. It's just not. It's just, I may not get to go to as many games. Geographically, it's difficult. Financially, it's difficult. And the way that the tickets are sold, it's next to impossible. So then you've got to look at who's getting the tickets, and then you have to look at the hospitality issue. You have to look at then season ticket holders that are selling their ticket to these companies. Those people should never have a season ticket, and it should be taken from them. Now,
I don't know how you'd police that. I get your point, but I don't know how you'd police that. I also get to Ben's comment here where he says, depends on the game and the occasion. 3 or 5 in the Cop at times has been horrendous. Champions League nights, in my opinion, have been good this year. I agree. I think what I will say is I do think nearly every single game that's under the lights at Anfield has always got a good atmosphere. But I do agree, Champions League stuff. Euro away has been piss poor atmosphere bar the PSG this season. Hey Ben, like, what do you think? What do you think that's down to, though, Ben? Like, again, I know you've put a few comments in, but in your opinion, mate, what do you think is behind that though? Because whenever I've been away, because I've never really get to Anfield, but I get to go to a few away games when I have done in the past. Like, I always think that the away fans are really good, no matter where they're from. Even if it's like, you know, we get a lot of fans in London at like the London games, or whenever I went up to Newcastle, that was a good one, or Sunderland, for instance, that were good when I used to go there, stuff like that. But if you're saying that even like the European games away and like the away atmospheres have been poor, like I don't even know.
Well, I mean,
I would always be of the opinion that the people that travel home and away, and you'll probably shake your head at this, Sean, but you would think that you were one of like the hardcore, like sing all the time fans. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's your blood. Like, you're traveling up and down the country, traveling all around Europe, supporting your team. You would think that you were one that's going to bring the atmosphere or something. Do you know? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Am I confused? Am I wrong? Like, call me out if I'm wrong on that. But do you know what I mean?
I think you are, because at the end of the day, Adam, whether you're Scouts or whether you're from the back or the other side of the world, you're still capable of singing.
All right, then.
You know,
so why is it then? So why is it then?
Why is it what?
Why is the atmosphere shit at Anfield? And as Ben says, and I'm just guessing by Ben's comments, Ben's been to a fair few games this year, including PSG or whatever. Even he's saying it's shit.
So I'll give you several reasons, and I'll give you several experiences. So
hold on, he's come back. Hold on, mate. Hold on. He's going to send another comment by looks of this. So he says, aways are like clothes shops. You either have to go out of your way to get sorted, or you've built your own card up. Euro aways are always where anyone can go if you know anyone with the criteria. All right, okay. So that makes sense then. Fine, cool.
He's doing one of two. So let's see what his next comment is.
Let's have a look at Scott's while we're waiting for Ben's. It shouldn't be too complicated. Cut the corporate tickets, cut the content creators with the tripods, and get behind the lads. Straight to the point, Scott. Proper Yorkshire lad.
I know, but I mean, he's true in saying that. Now, I'm not too sure whether, content creator or all content creators are too busy with their tripod out. But I
don't even know why they've got room to do that in Anfield. I'm not being funny. Where I was at, I was crammed.
But I mean, irrespective of that, if you're there recording other people and their reaction, you're part of the problem. If you have time to do that while watching a game, watching Liverpool, the team you support, if you have time to do that, then that's wrong. You're part of the problem. The main issue, like, I mean, I was over for the Atalanta game, which was essentially ended up being the last European night for Klopp. And Spine Cop 1906 had put up a protest where they had no banners in the Cop. And the atmosphere was shocking. And Atalanta fans were singing. I mean, obviously they got a fantastic result, but they were vocal throughout the whole game. And I saw people, and I didn't know whether they were local or from other part of the country or other part of the world, but I saw people leaving the 75th minute. The 75th minute. So again, what you call, Ben says people will give their credit.
Yeah, I want to read it in context. We've got all of them. So if we'll go start from the beginning, so we say, away is like a clothes shop, so you either have to go out of your way to get sorted, or you've built your own card up. Euro aways are where anyone can go if you know anyone with the criteria. People will give away their credits in Europe because they can't go or just can't be asked to go. Hence, Milan away this season, people were paying random people who don't support us to take their credit. People are more asked about gaining credits rather than going to the game and supporting the team themselves. There's lads who would do anything to be in their position. Oh, mate, spot on. Didn't know that was going on, but I think that's going to back up Shauno's.
It is because The other thing is, Ben, and you know this better than anybody. Well, just judging from your comments, you're a well clued in guy. But you know that if you were to get a ticket from these hospitality companies, that it doesn't add credit to your account or to your supporters account or whatever. It doesn't add credit. So it doesn't say, well, you've been to this game or you've been to that game, because if you order it through either a supporters group or through a supporters group that is linked or registered with the main supporters group, or if you go with a company, you will not get credit. So that, that's the issue. And then, like I said to you, you will get supporter season ticket holders that are selling their ticket to these companies that are saying, well, right, I'll give you this ticket. And that's why a lot of season ticket holders are not getting their tickets back. You have people that are they lose their ticket and then that's gone. So, I'd love to be a season ticket holder myself personally. I would spend whatever money needed. I'd love to, but there's just it's just not possible. You got to look at the capacity of the stadium as well. The owners are more interested in hospitality and corporate end.
I think that's just a thing in general, though. When you go to finals in Champions League or wherever, no matter who gets there, you've got that stand of the team, and then all the middle bit is literally all corporate. But Ben's come back here again. He says, "Sean, you're spot on. I have a mate who was a man who won 2 tickets for Bologna this season because he won a competition on Bet365."
Yeah, there you go.
Scott says I also think it's a modern day issue as well. I go to a lot of lower league football, which traditionally is a great atmosphere, and they are just as bad. I wonder if it's like, I mentioned this a couple of weeks back, and I didn't really go into much detail about it, but I wonder if it is like an attention span thing. I do think, because you remember a couple of years ago, maybe even 3 years ago, FIFA were talking about changing the limits of how long the game's gone for, because they think people's time attention span is not going to last. But anyway, Gareth says that he's been a season ticket holder for 9 years and never been able to go away due to credits.
There you go. I mean, I think the whole layout of how to get tickets is flawed, absolutely flawed. And I think that certainly does add to, it add to the problem. Without a doubt, it does. Without a doubt. But I think nowadays, modern day football, and it's across the land. It's not just Liverpool fans. It's every fan. But I mean, it's said that Liverpool has the best atmosphere. But the problem is that I think it's modern day football, and the fans. It's like a conductor. It's like someone conducting an orchestra. The type of football conducts how the fans are. The fans are reacting to the game, and if the game has been fucked about by bad officiating, which we've had for quite a long time, and bad VAR decisions and biased decisions. I mean, how the fuck, that tackle on McAllister, who was your man that tackled him? Yeah, how the fuck that was not a red card, I'll never know.
Yeah.
How
I think that was that was on the thing with Ian Wright in that one. He was talking about. I saw that on social media earlier on. He was saying he don't understand why that was never given as a red straight up.
Because it's biased and it's indecisive. And you'd have seen, the following week that maybe the same tackle would have definitely been a red card. A straight red. But for some fucked up reason, McAllister has had. If McAllister put in his fucking transfer request, I wouldn't blame him, because they've nearly maimed them a couple of times. Do you know what I
True.
mean? Like
Yeah.
fucking kicks to the chest, in the penalty box, not fucking getting a thing. They're literally destroying them. Do you know what I mean? So, I think that overall the atmosphere of all stadiums is not down to the nationality, and anyone that says it, I'm sorry, are fucking racists. That's it. You're fucking racists. And you're anyone that goes on about tickets for the locals only, or are worried about tickets for the locals only, are fucking racists. That's it. Accessibility for tickets, the cost of tickets, the way that tickets are sold from the club and other companies is a disgrace, and it's flawed, and it's not giving people the ability or the possibility of adding credits to their account, because it's a lottery system. So that's where the issue lies. And again, like I said, the atmosphere is down to also the rest of the fans. If you've got the fans that are calling out the tourists, so to say, and they're recording them. I've seen a TikTok video, and I swear I don't know how I'm not banned from TikTok, because I wanted to rip this guy's head off. And he's recording these people, taking pictures before the game, taking pictures at halftime, videos, and them, all this sort of shite. And they're enjoying the atmosphere. They're enjoying before the game starts, or after the game, or during halftime. And they're saying this is the reason why the atmosphere is so poor. Well, you're the fucking idiot recording them. What are you fucking doing? You can't fucking clap and start doing this and whatever, or singing, if you're there recording other fucking people. Do you know
It's
what I
true.
mean?
Yeah, man. It's true. Got a few comments just to close this topic off with. Ben's back again with United had the best ticketing system regarding away tickets. Have your normal allocation to people with credits. Keep 10% aside for people with ST and 13 plus, and both enter a ballot to see who gets the 10%. That's pretty cool, to be fair. Bourne says generations change football, and a whole change every generation. Scott, I also go to a lot of strongman powerlifting shows, both pro and amateur, and I promise you, lads, it's electric atmosphere compared to any match I've been to at any club post-COVID. I've seen them, mate, on your YouTube and on your Instagram and that, and they do look pretty good, to be fair. Miss Guzzi, working class people are priced out these days, 100%, lad, 100%.
Yeah.
Ben, Luton was crazy one last year where there was an allocation of 950 people. People with 19 plus aways had to enter a ballot and were not guaranteed. But live football tickets had several on there for thousands. Fucking hell.
Crazy, isn't it?
LFC Spectre, ever been to an all-Ireland final show? No, nearly 80k goes to Cork Park. Biggest event in Ireland each year.
I've been to Leinster Cup finals. I've been to junior cups and whatnot, junior tournaments and whatever. The atmosphere in Croke Park is incredible. So I'm well used to fucking shouting my mouth off, and at a very young age cursing at a player, and then my father and his friend looking at me like, Sean, you can't fucking say that. But you like singing and shouting and screaming to the point where your voice goes like this. So any Irish man or woman that has been to a GAM match or a hurling match or rugby or whatever, are well used to shouting their heads off. There's no two ways about it. But Croke Park is an amazing stadium, and I was very lucky to. I didn't do the Anfield abseil as Adam quite abruptly put it in one of his videos there recently. Didn't see him anywhere near it,
What did
but
I do?
oh yeah, you were joking about the Legends game, the Sven one,
Yeah.
and myself and Brian attempting to do the abseil.
Mate, you'd booked that before I even knew you were doing it, lad. So don't even come at me saying, "Oh, well,
And
at least
what
I went to go do it, but Adam didn't do it." You didn't
and I
even tell
didn't
me you were
see
doing
it.
it.
I didn't even see you there. You weren't even there. So, in fairness to myself and Brian, I think Brian did kind of put me off when he was dry wrenching in the background and nearly going weak at the knees. God bless him. And I was like doing a Bruce Grobler at the fucking edge of the goddamn main stand. And then it didn't help when she was then, oh, hold on a second, and having to fix me goddamn harness when I'm on the edge of the goddamn main stand. So that's where I fucking lost it, and I said I can't do it. But I did do the abseil of Crow Park, which is actually 30 feet higher than the main stand, 130 foot. And I had to climb from the roof onto the scoreboard in the Hogan stand of Crow Park, literally put my leg out and my other leg, I nearly got my other leg caught, and basically do an abseil. So I did do that. So thank you.
Well done, mate.